The secret to this is if you're always going to be second fiddle, just go be second fiddle somewhere else. And then, like, if you can become like a big fish in a small pond, right? You know what I mean? Like, if you're always getting compared to somebody else, then you can go somewhere else and you can be the better one there. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? It's like, you don't have to like stop playing the fiddle, you know? It's just like, don't play the fiddle anymore. It's like, you can be really good at the fiddle, but it doesn't matter if somebody in close proximity to you is way better, right? Because if it's a natural comparison to draw, then it's going to be uncomfortable for you unless you learn to get over it, right? But a lot of the times, learning to get over that kind of thing is just like a long process. It's easier to do when you're detached from the situation, right? So I think it's better to just remove yourself from the situation. Don't give up on the things that interest you, but relocate yourself, right? Like, if you can't handle the comparisons that are being made, it's easier to separate yourself from that environment. Just work harder, because the problem is, like, this is gonna be like kind of fucked up, right? But like, some people are just naturally more talented than you and will learn faster than you no matter what you do, right? So you can use, if you're one of those people that can use it as motivation to work super hard and it's okay, right? Then I'm happy for you. But sometimes it gets to a point where it's like, it doesn't matter what you do. It doesn't matter how hard you work, because the person next to you is just more talented, more successful, more this, more that. And when you are like standing next to them somehow, right? Whether they're your sibling or a classmate or whatever, there's the comparisons. And they drain on you. They drain on you really, really hard, really, really fast. I'm at the Lord of Darkness. Thank you, thank you. I think if it's something that you care about, the healthiest thing you can do is just to remove yourself from that situation and find like a different environment for you to explore the thing that you enjoy more, you know? Comparison is the thief of joy. I fully agree with that. Eventually, literally just stop caring. Eventually you will stop caring, right? Most likely. If you make an active effort to better yourself and everything and to grow as a person, it's easy to stop caring. But especially like as a kid, right? As a kid, it's like, it feels like unless you're the best at that moment, at that thing, that you don't have value. And it's very overwhelming when that's like your whole life, right? When your world is just school and your hobbies and your family and your friends, right? And you're locked into that because like when you're an adult, right? It's really easy to be like, okay, well, I'm gonna move on from this. And you have the ability to do so, right? Like, you have the ability to like just pick up a new hobby like super easily, right? Because the world is your oyster. You can do whatever you want. Making friends, probably not easier as an adult, but you have a lot more options, right? You're not forced to be surrounded by the same few faces, except for like your workplace, right? But when you're a kid, your friends can only realistically be the people that are around you. Your family is around you constantly. Your hobby choices are severely limited, especially if you're not as well off potentially as some of the other kids. You're really stuck in these the small pool of what you can do, what you can have, where you can go. So if you're in like that kind of situation, I would really recommend, like, don't give up, right? Say you're like in the ballet, you know, like maybe performing is just not, it's not bringing you joy, right? It's not bringing you joy. I would really suggest like pivoting your interest for a little bit to like maybe just doing ballet like on your own time at home, or like limit yourself to like studying like the history or something for a while, or see if you can like change studios or something, you know, like that kind of thing. Because it's like, it does eat at you, and if you let it, right, if you just say like, I'm just gonna get over it, and or I like, this is hopeless, I'm like, I love this hobby but I'm gonna keep getting compared, then it's like, in my personal opinion, I think it's better to like back away from it for a while and then come back to it later in life, you know? I don't think it's worth destroying your interest in something with like, because like if you let all these negative emotions build up, you know, it's gonna taint it for you. You're gonna associate that hobby with all those negative emotions. You can come back to it. You can come back to it. You can take a break. You can come back.